everyone, Sarah here again. So I realize that not everyone is ready to just jump into a full yoga practice or even a meditation. It's kind of a commitment, I understand that, and some people are intimidated by it or just don't really know where to start. So based on some questions that I've been asked, I thought I would just throw together a little stretching video for you guys who are interested and compelled to follow along. So today I am going to be showing you some lower back stretches to alleviate some pain. I know a lot of us have pinched nerves in our back, sciatica, other things like that, or just tension that we carry in our lower back. So I'm just going to start off with some stretches that are going to help us alleviate some of that pain and pressure. First, we're going to just start in a child's pose. So bringing the knees about mat width apart, keeping those toes together in the back. You can also take an option to keep those knees together if you'd like. Just go ahead and kind of play with that and see how it feels. I'm going to go ahead and keep my knees about mat width apart. I'm going to let my arms stretch long in the mat, letting that chest fall toward the earth. So here you're going to feel a little stretch right through the back, the lower back here. So all of these stretches, I'm going to suggest that we stay for 10 breaths here. You can do 5. You can do 10, you can stay even longer if it feels good for you. So just whatever is serving you and serving your body, listen to that. And we'll just stay here. I'm going to do 5 breaths in each posture that we're holding today. Again, if you'd like to stay longer, you can. Again, just pressing that third eye to the mat, breathing here. Breathing in through the nose. And breathing out through the nose. Just taking those long, slow breaths. And one more breath here. And then next, we're just going to draw ourselves up to a tabletop position. So just coming to hands and knees, fingers spread wide. And then again, we'll just continue to breathe here. If you've watched my other videos or been to my class, you know that the breath is a very important part of my practice and every yoga practice, to be fair, but I really stress the power of our breath. So here in our cat-cow, we're going to take an inhale. So we let that tailbone tilt up, head and chin lift up as we breathe in. And on an exhale, you're going to round the spine, pushing away with those hands really firmly into the ground, exhaling completely. And rounding the spine or dropping the tailbone. Inhale. And exhale. Arching the spine. Rounding the back. Inhale, cow. Tilting that tailbone, lifting the head. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Now this motion really starts to promote a lot of flexibility in our spine. Exhale, helping to protect our spine as we move through our practice and as we start to incorporate some more advanced poses in here too. Inhale. But today we're just going to stick to some simple stretches. And exhale, cat. Coming back to a neutral spine, we'll just move into a downward facing dog. So tucking those toes under, we're going to send those heels toward the floor and our hips toward the sky. We're going to push up and back into our downward facing dog. So here we want those hands and feet to be about shoulder width apart, pushing back through those shoulders, just letting the head kind of hang between the shoulders. I'm going to give a nod up and back and forth. Breathing here and trying to draw those heels toward the floor. It just kind of depends on your flexibility through those legs, how far you can get those heels down. So if your heels are up like that, that's okay. This might be a nice place to kind of pedal it out or walk the dog. As we say, just kind of bringing one heel to the floor at a time, feeling the release of tension and pressure in the lower back, feeling a nice stretch through the legs here. So just breathing as we pedal out,
or as we find stillness, whatever your body's telling you right now, find that and breathe. Do one more breath here, pushing back through the shoulders. And then when you're ready, we're going to start to walk the hands back toward our feet. So we're just going to come, I'm going to center myself here. And then we're just going to come to a standing fold here. So just a forward fold. You might not be able to touch your toes. You might be somewhere in here, but that's okay. We have to start somewhere, right? So we just do what we have to do to feel that nice stretch through here. If you want to take a slight bend in the knees, you can do that. If you want to stay here in your forward fold, just finding your spot. Nice stretch here. We're breathing. Again, just finding what stretch works for you. And breathing here. Let's do 2 more breaths. Another option here is to just grab those elbows with our opposing hands. Taking in, again, another slight bend in the knee, letting the chest fall toward the thighs and just kind of resting the upper body on the legs. Letting gravity do the work here. Breathing. Just a couple more breaths here. When you're ready, I'm just going to let those hands fall to the ground, toward the floor, wherever they might fall. Again, keeping that slight bend in the knee, we're going to start to roll up to standing. So engaging the core, again, leaving the head and the arms to come last. Start to engage the core, start to roll up to standing. Stacking those knees over the ankles. Stacking the hips over the knees and shoulders over hips. Just kind of stacking one vertebrae at a time until we're all the way to standing. So hopefully that felt good, and if you want to repeat any of those at your own time, or even just doing one of those stretches if you're experiencing any lower back pain, I always try to incorporate all of those into my classes, and most yoga classes do, because those are very effective stretches. But another thing that I do for my lower back pain, being a gymnast for my whole life growing up, I definitely had pinched nerves, and I had a lot of back issues from tumbling and just the weight that I carried in my back. So all of these has helped me. Yoga has helped me immensely overcoming that back pain. So the other thing that I do is I have a yoga ball, and there's a million things that you can do with this, but for me, I know when I am experiencing some lower back pain, just being able to kind of lay over the ball, giving your weight to the ball, and being able to just open up this lumbar spine is really beneficial to me. And just stay here and breathe. And I'm definitely not a doctor or chiropractor or physical therapist or anything like that. Obviously, I'm just someone who has struggled with these issues, and I know what's worked for me. So you can take my word for it or not, either way. So I like to do this one, breathing. And then also, you can do it the opposite way too. It just depends on where the pain in your back is and what kind of stretch helps to alleviate those. So again, just finding what works for you. But if this is something that helps maybe open up the lower back and the upper back as well, just finding a ball and rolling over it here. And this actually helps to open up the shoulders as well. So if you do have a yoga ball and this is something that feels good and beneficial to you, by all means, go ahead and try that as well. So I hope this video has helped, been informational, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. If there's any other
areas that you'd like to know more about stretching and opening up, just let me know. Great. Thank you.